I looked into like the laws and stuff about, minors. I was looking into it. I was curious.
Why would you do that?
Well, because I was going to meet a minor. And it had nothing to do. I figured we'd just hang out, and I was just gonna like drive home later tonight.
You talked. I know in the text there was like some mention of like a marriage I don't know if it's a religious thing or something else, but what's the deal with the marriage certificate? What was that whole conversation? Or a marriage agreement or a contract you talked about?
Well, I know I was joking at one time when I said, "Is it in the contract?" I wasn't joking.
Was there a mention of like bringing some type? I mean, maybe it was in jest, but did you mention bringing some type of marriage contract or something like that?
No, it wasn't. No, bringing something. No.
Did you mention having her sign it, or you signing it, or both of you signing it? I mean, I can go get the paperwork. Unfortunately it's an inch thick, but there's some conversation about that. Was it? I just want to know.
Yeah, there was conversation. There was conversation about that. I was just explaining to her that people can get married by just signing a contract, signing marriage documents. But you're talking about a 12-year-old girl, right? And it's kind of. Yeah. Okay.
I think you could 14, probably even
14,
understand.
But yeah, she said she was 14. But okay.
She was 14?
I know, it's young.
Maybe I should get some of the text so that we're both clear about what age she said she was.
So it wasn't 12.
No?
No. And
14 is that big of a difference anyways? Like, you're 44?
It's different. It's a difference to me.
Because neither are legal, you know that,
yeah, I know.
right?
I know.
The age of consent is 16, which is, in my mind, too young also, but you thought she might be 14?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Chris Hansen here. I hope you're enjoying this, but there's something else you need to know. We have almost 100 new episodes on my streaming crime network, WatchTrueBlue.com. Use the code YouTube24 for half off your first month, or YouTube Year for $20 off a full year. We'll see you soon on True Blue.
So, I mean, just tell me what's going on in your life that would even have you, going down this road. Maybe you've always lived like this. I don't know, but it's of concern, obviously, to everybody. 44-year-old guy, you're talking to a 12-year-old girl, and in your mind, maybe she was 14, but it's certainly illegal and horrible in most people's eyes, right?
And I said that you could probably read that in there too.
And you drive from 2.5 hours away to see this girl.
I didn't think it was against the law to meet with somebody and just hang out and talk to them.
But you probably, I don't know you. Maybe,
Is it?
Maybe
Is it? Just like hang out with somebody?
To hang out?
If I had sex with her, yeah, that would be against the law. But I didn't do that.
Okay, so let's just take a step back. So let's just say you never got divorced from your wife, and you had a daughter. You said it was 10 years ago, right? Give or take, you got divorced. So let's just say, as a result of that marriage, you had a daughter or a son who was 10, 12, 13 years old, and it's Friday night, and you and your wife, hey honey, hey, whatever your daughter's name is, Caitlin, we're gonna run out to dinner and stay out a little bit late. You could stay at home, and you come to find out, they walk in, there's a 44-year-old guy from 200 miles or 100 and something miles away. Is everybody cool with that? You're cool with that?
Well, obviously, at first, no.
At first?
Yeah, when they first walk in, it's not going to be cool. But if it was somebody like me, I don't think there's a threat.
But how do they know what your intention is? You're talking about blowjobs and pics.
Yeah, they don't.
Other issues. You're not talking about maybe some common interest of music or sports, which is also, I mean, the whole thing would be weird. I think just about everybody would think. I think you actually would too. It's unhealthy and strange. Like a 44-year-old guy, what's he got in touch in common with a 12 or 14-year-old girl? And why, if he lived in a big metropolitan area, would he drive whatever the distance was 2 hours away on a Saturday night?
Isn't that all speculation?
To me,
I mean, it's
what's the speculation? I'm looking at this thing. It's like
you're speculating that I was going to have sex with her tonight.
Because that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that? Well,
No.
tell me what you said.
Well, we talked about having sex, but that doesn't mean
Isn't that strange?
That doesn't mean I was going to tonight.
Why would? Yeah, tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Maybe when she's 16.
So but where's that in the conversation?
I don't know. Might be.
Did you
in there.
mention that? I didn't think you
be.
did.
It might be in there. I mean, I mentioned that I was looking. I looked into like the laws and stuff about minors. I was looking into it. I was curious.
Why would you do that?
Well, because I was going to meet a minor, and
Right.
to hang out with them.
So you knew there was an issue.
There was no,
Otherwise, you wouldn't research it. Right?
yeah, but there's an issue if you do this and this and this, but because, and this is just I was looking, I was just like looking down the road, like let's say I did like her and she liked me, why not? I mean,
But this is somebody you've never met before.
I know. I was just thinking out loud, looking at the big picture. That's all. Doesn't mean I was going to like do what I was going. What I was.
Is that like your lack of a better description, like your cup of tea, like you want some very young girlfriend or bride?
No.
It's not. Is that like some fantasy you have?
No.
Which is fine if that's what your fantasy is. I just want to know where you're coming from.
I took a liking particularly to her, and she happened to be.
This is through all like chatting or texting, right?
Exactly.
Somebody you never even met.
Correct.
So for the sake of talking, it could have been. It wasn't, but it could have been me posing as this girl. You wouldn't know who you're talking.
Could have
to,
been.
right?
Yeah. Could have been.
It's not like you saw her or spent time with her.
Well, that's why I came down, is to see if I had a connection with her.
Okay.
If you, what was your name again?
It's Detective Kelly.
If if you read all the text, I don't know if you read all
I did not, and I probably can't digest them all right now.
Sure.
But I'm starting to try to look here.
I'm sure.
Good.
But if you read a lot of it, the exchanges between me and her, I was always aware and scared of any consequences if I was to do something wrong. Like if I was to have sex with her, and to be honest, yeah, of course, from what I saw, she's beautiful and everything, but I was not going to risk. I was not going to risk anything by having sex with her. I just wanted to meet her and hang out with her, and I was going to go home.
You're gonna meet her, hang out with her, and go home?
I can't trust anybody, and obviously now,
WatchTrueBlue.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen, true crime documentaries, and exclusive investigations.